this is Greg the Real Economist. Today we're going to take our extract that we made right here and we're going to turn it into a salve. Now I know it's been a lot longer than I said it would, and I apologize for that, but sometimes life gets in the way. Now I do want to say that making an extract, there is no harm done for going longer than a month to 6 to 8 weeks. But after about 6 to 8 weeks, there's very little benefit. Okay? So we're going to go over how to turn your extract into a salve. Now the first thing I want to point out is I want you to see how dark that extract is. All of the goodies have been taken out. Now we're going to go inside and finish our extract. Alright, so now we're inside and we're about to make our extract. Now here's the cool thing about making an extract. You've got a lot of flexibility. You can be as fancy or as basic as you want. In order to make a salve, you really only have to have 3 things. Your extract, a fat. Now your fat can be, depending upon how traditional you want to go, how organic you want to go, whatever. It can be lard, which is pig fat that's been rendered. It can be tallow, which is beef fat that has been rendered, or even deer fat that's been rendered. It can be coconut oil, or if you've got it hanging around, it can even be shortening. And then you need a thickener. Now your thickener can either be beeswax or paraffin. Now, I'm kind of a traditionalist. I'll be honest with you right off the bat. So, I'm going to be using lard and beeswax. If you want to, you can also add some essential oils if you like to have a fragrance. The best essential oils to use for this type of salve is either going to be like a sandalwood or a lavender. So, with that information, let's get started. Now today I'm going to be making some 2-ounce jars of the Plantain salve. Now these actually are baby food jars that I'm reusing. Now sometimes I buy jars and sometimes I reuse. I just happen to have these left over from God knows when, and I'm going to be using them. So I've got an old pan here and I've put some lard in there. Now for 3 2-ounce jars, we really only need 6 ounces once it becomes a liquid. Now for a thickener, I don't like it too overly thick. I don't like it to become like a paste. So I'm just using a small ball of beeswax. When melted, this will be right at a teaspoon, maybe a teaspoon and a half. So I've got my heat on. I'm gonna start off at a hot heat just to get it to warm up, and then I'm gonna turn it down. I just want enough heat for everything to melt, and then I'll mix it all in together. I don't know if you can see it yet or not, but the beeswax and the lard is starting to melt. Now once it gets completely melted, I'll stir it all in together and then I'll be adding our extract. Okay, all of the lard has melted, but I still got a little bit of beeswax in there. And once that's all melted, I'm going to take it off the heat and add our extract, and then I'll show you the next step. Okay, everything's all melted now. Now we're going to do the extract. I like adding a minimum of a tablespoon per 2-ounce jar. So I've got to add at least 3 tablespoons to this, and then I'll show you what that looks like. When you add the extract in there, it's going to kind of bubble up. It's going to kind of sound like it's searing, but that's your alcohol evaporating. That's perfectly okay. That's absolutely normal. the alcohol is going to evaporate out real quickly, but it's going to leave all your beneficial compounds behind. After you got everything melted together, then it's time to start gently filling the jars. Now you're going to want to leave enough headspace to where it has a little bit of room for expansion. As time goes, this will dry and re-solidify, and then you have your salve. Now you'll notice that even with everything that I've done, it's kind of a medium green. That's what you want. That's got a really high concentration of plantain. Now we're going to let it dry, and then we'll be done. Earlier I said dry, but I meant cooled. You can see this one's nearly cooled completely off. It gets a lighter green as it cools. You can see that there. It's still cooling there. Still cooling there. But there you have it. That's how to make a plantain salve. Now, plantain salve is good for cuts, burns, scrapes, dry skin, insect bites and stings. I've even heard it say it's good for wrinkles. Now, I'm going to do something that I've never done before. I'm going to release this August the 9th. Starting as soon as it's released, I'm going to give away 1 jar of my plantain salve. The contest will end September 9th. Now here's how you enter. Leave a comment on this video. On September 9th, I'll run a random number generator and I'll select a winner, and then I'll contact you and get your address. This is done 100% by me. We don't have any third party out there that's responsible. I've done some third-party giveaways in the past on my blog, and some of them were great and some of them didn't turn out so well. So this one's 100% me. Also, if you would like to see more of these crafting natural remedies from stuff that's all around you every day, I want you to give this video a like. I want you to consider subscribing, because I try to share good information. With that, thank you for watching. Be sure and check out the making the extract video if you haven't already. And this is Greg the Rural Economist, and step by step we're bringing rural back. Bye bye.